The LG G3 is one of the best phones that your money can buy right now. Guys, this is gonna be my full review of the LG G3. This is the Verizon wireless version. Let's go ahead and start right now. Alright everybody, this is probably the most famous phone available right now. Everybody's talking about this phone. It's getting so much advertising until the Samsung Galaxy Note 4 is released. But let's go ahead and start with the specs here quick. So we get, of course, the latest version of Android 4.4.2. We get a 5.5-inch screen size diagonal. This phone has the highest screen resolution available right now. We're looking at a 538 ppi or pixel density. This is 2K screen resolution, 2 times 1080p. We're looking at IPS LCD display, multi-touch. As far as the front-facing camera, we're looking at a 2.1 megapixel front-facing camera, and as far as the rear camera, we're looking at a 13 megapixel rear camera with dual flash and also the laser technology right here for the focus, and we're going to talk about that later. Other than that, going back now to the processor, we're looking at a 2.5 gigahertz quad-core processor, Adreno 330. The RAM is 3 GB of RAM. Storage is 32 GB of internal storage, and this phone supports micro SD card up to 128 GB. Battery, it's a 3000 milliamp battery, and they are advertising talk time estimated at 19 hours. Now let me show you guys the back of the phone. And right here we see the volume rocker. The middle one is the power, and like I show you, the camera, dual flash with the laser technology for the autofocus. So down here we see the speaker grill. On the bottom of the phone we have the port for the USB cable, microphone, 3.5mm audio jack. It's on the bottom of the phone, not on top. Then on top we have the IR blaster microphone, and we don't have nothing on the sides since the controls are on the back. Right here we can get access to the back of the phone, or the inside, and as a matter of fact, let me show you guys quick how it looks like. And there is a 3000 milliamp battery. Right there is the access to the micro SD card, and below the micro SD card will be the access to the SIM card, which is installed right now. So with that, guys, let's go ahead and first take a look at a couple of benchmarking scores and then go from there. Alright guys, we have the score for the quadrant, and we get 16,823 points. Just to give you guys an idea in terms of the scores, on the Samsung Galaxy Note 3 we get 22,887 points. Let's talk about the interface now. We get 5 screens stock with the phone. This is going to be the main screen. If we swipe to the left, we're going to get access right here to the LG Health application, which is going to let you to track the calories that you burn and all that. You can customize this. The bottom one is called Smart Tips. This is going to give you different tips as far as how to use certain applications. For example, the top one talks about Smart Bulletin, home screen. The bottom one is Answer Me, Guest Mode, Text Link, and so on and so on. So you can customize the tips. You're gonna see the tips right here where it says Smart Notice, and then if you click right there, it's gonna give you access right here to some of the tips and notifications. Going to the right, we get this screen right here. You can of course delete or remove this Amazon application and add more apps or different applications. The next screen, they offer right here a widget to quick access to battery percentage, your account and all that. This is my Verizon widget. Of course, right here we get more space for different applications, and then we have a last screen. So basically altogether 5 screens. You can customize the number of screens that you want. And now if we swipe down right here, we get access to the quick settings. Also access to the quick slide apps right here. You can control the brightness, you can control the volume. We do a click right here and we're gonna get access to the main settings of the phone. And when it comes to these settings, guys, there is so much customization that we can do with this phone. I'm gonna talk about some of them, not all of them, because you know, there are so many. Feel free to watch my tips and tricks on how to use this phone video. But anyways, let's talk about some of the tricks and tips, I guess, of this phone and the interface. So right here at the bottom, if we have pressed the home button, we're gonna get access right here to the Google search. Let's see, if we swipe up like this, you're gonna get access to Google. You can get access to the voice search, and you get access to the quick memo if you swipe to the right. Now, for example, if you're looking at someone's screen, let's say, for example, we open right here the Android market, and then we swipe up, and then we click right here. That's gonna take a screenshot of whatever screen you're looking at, and then you can write on the screen, do things, whatever you want, save it, and then of course you're gonna be able to share it if you want. Another thing, if we hard press right here, you're gonna get access to settings, lock screen settings, home screen settings, add apps and widgets. So for example, we click right there, we get access to the settings right here. If we go into display, of course you're gonna control the brightness, screen timeout, and all that. But right here, when you look at the home touch buttons, you can customize the color of the buttons. I'm sorry, right here. So for example, we click right there, so you can change the color of those. You can also control. You can hide home touch buttons depending on what applications are you using. So for example, you can click on any of these. I already have a Chrome selected. So when you access Chrome browser, as you guys can see, the buttons are not showing. Now if you swipe up like that, then you're gonna see the buttons. So otherwise they're not gonna be showing, so they're not gonna be taking space from the screen. So that's one of the many things that you can do. One click right there is gonna give you access to the task manager. You can also resize the look of this. This is right now showing 9 different windows or applications that we have open at the same time. If we zoom, you can show 4, and if you zoom one more time, you can show 2 at a time. But that's up to you. But that's really cool that you can customize the look of that. A couple of other things. Let's see right here under the lock screen settings. You can change, for example, the security lock. You can also change. Let's see right here. The effect every time you unlock the phone. Right now we are using this one, and you can change that by going right here, lock screen settings, and then let's change it to that one, and that's how it looks now. So those are some of the quick and tips, I guess, tips and tricks, I'm sorry, of the different things that this phone offers. So another cool thing is you guys can access the camera by pressing the volume down one time. The phone is going to vibrate a little bit, and then it gives you access to the camera. Same thing for the memo or quick memo. You can hard press the volume up, and that's going to give you access to the quick memo right here. And under the quick memo, you can change the font. You can also change the color right here. You can change the size of the pen, and of course from this point, just write anything you want. You can save it, and then you can share it later. So let's take a look now at the browsing experience. So browsing experience, we're looking at Google Chrome right now, and as I showed you earlier, the buttons at the bottom are not showing right now. If you want to access them, just swipe up like that. But let's go ahead and take a look here. This is Yahoo. And as you guys can see, we can click on the add a tab and open a different tab. Let's go ahead and access Google. And we are connected right now to the 4G network. So as you guys can see, it's working pretty quick. As a matter of fact, let's see if we can do a different search here. Let's go to CNN.com. So very quick when it comes to the browsing experience. Here's a quick look at Facebook. It works pretty good. And let me show you guys a speed test since we are connected right now to the 4G network from Verizon, so you guys can see the reliability and the connectivity when it comes to the 4G for this phone. Usually I get here between 12 and 16 megabyte download, so we'll see, I'm not sure. Verizon updated their 4G to the XLTE, so as you guys can see, I'm getting above 12, 13 megabyte download, so that's pretty decent. Now, as I showed you earlier, clicking here on the Task Manager or Recent Applications, it's going to allow you to clear all or do the dual window. So if we do the dual window, you can look at two different applications at the same time. So for example, let's go ahead and drag YouTube here. And now let's drag, for example, Google Chrome right there. And now we have two different applications. Here's Google Chrome, and here's access to YouTube. If we want to close everything that we have open right now in the background, just click right there. As I showed you earlier, you can do the 2 window, you can do 4, or you can do 9. So we click right here and it's going to clear everything. Here's the access to the app drawer. We have the apps, we have widgets, we have search, and we have a menu right here. You can view apps by, and then you can change that by alphabetical order, downloaded date, user customize. You can also show large icons, or you can just do the regular size. You can hide or show apps, edit or install apps, and home screen settings. You get the widgets access right here. So that's as far as the app drawer. We also get a folder right here. You can create folders to save some space. And as you guys can see, the phone moves really quick in between screens and when it comes to opening different applications. Now let's take a look at the dialer and do a quick call test to show you guys. So this is how the dialer looks like. You get the dialer right here, you get recent calls, you get the contacts, you get favorites, and then you get groups. And then right here in the corner, you're gonna get some settings as far as making calls, speed dial, one-handed operation. You can click right there, and as you guys can see, you can resize the dialer. You can move these to the left or to the right, depending on your preference. Let's go ahead and do a test call here, and then we're gonna do the speaker so you guys can hear the quality.
Welcome to Verizon Wireless. Para español, oprime el.
Let's go ahead and try here Google search. What's the population of China?
The population of China was 1.351 billion in 2012.
What's the weather like in Miami?
It's 90 degrees and mostly cloudy in Miami.
Show pictures of the tallest man in the world.
Check out these pictures for the tallest man in the world.
Now, as I show you guys, you can create folders. We also get some folders right here inside of the app drawer. Here's everything from Amazon. Here's everything from Google. These are tools. And here's Verizon applications. Now let's take a look at Google Maps and maybe do a navigation test. And we're looking at the satellite mode right now. It looks super nice. Very clear picture because of the 2K screen resolution. And let's see if we can do some navigation here. Navigate to New York City.
Head east on Comstock Avenue towards South 35th Street.
So as you guys can see, the volume gets pretty loud, very clear, and it looks really clear. Like I said, because of the 2K screen resolution, it's this phone is going to offer a really good experience when it comes to looking at the maps, doing navigation, and the speakerphone. Alright guys, let's put this phone through a test. We have right here the game Mortal Kombat 5. This game was released about a week ago. Offers very high graphics, high definition graphics. So we're gonna turn on the volume all the way up and show you guys the quality of the screen, the quality of the audio, and the performance of the phone when playing this high graphic game. As I showed you earlier, the phone also offers the IR blaster right here to control your TV or your cable box. The application is called Quick Remote. This is gonna be a different video, guys, but just to show you here how it works. You can select living room, you can select bedroom, kitchen, then office. So you can assign the IR blaster to different TVs and different cable boxes depending on the area of your house. I would highly recommend using this and taking advantage. I've used it with other phones and it works out really good. You can control the TV as well as control the cable box. So last but not least, guys, let's go ahead and take a look at the camera. This is probably the main attraction of this phone with the laser focus technology. Now when it comes to the camera, this is when this phone shines and exceeds like all expectations. When you put this phone against other phones in the market right now, the shutter is super quick. We have the laser autofocus technology right there. Basically what it is this is going to shoot a laser to the object that you're focusing on. It's going to measure the distance between the camera and the object, and it's going to bounce back the signal from the laser, telling the camera the distance so the camera can adjust the focus. But this is all happening in like less than half of a second. So like I showed you earlier, you can access the camera by just pressing the icon. You can also access the camera from right here by just swiping up the camera icon. And also the other way is basically hard pressing the volume down for a couple of seconds. Now when we look at the interface, this is how the interface looks like, and we have right here this back button just to exit the camera and go back to the main screen. This is the camera shutter right there. This is for video recording. You can pause the video, continue recording, and then stop the video. As you are recording, you can also take pictures by tapping the picture icon right there. Right here on the left, we get access to different settings. Now if you just want to access the quick mode to take pictures by just tapping on the screen, you can click right here and this is gonna hide the features or the options on both sides of the screen. So basically from this point you just tap to take a picture, and as you guys can see, I can focus on the oregano, I can focus right there, I can focus on the apple pie, and it takes the pictures very, very quick. Back to the settings right there, you can control the flash right here for auto flash, no flash, or permanent flash. Now when the flash is on, it's gonna take a little longer to focus, but without the flash on, it's really quick, as you guys can see. Now here's the access to the front facing camera. You can change these. You can also click on mode right here, and then you get the auto, you get the magic focus, which is going to allow you to refocus the picture after you take it. You get the panorama, and then you get the dual. Under dual, you can basically use both cameras at the same time, and if you have pressed this right here, you can resize it or you can move it around the screen. Back to the auto mode, and then if we click right here, the bottom one, settings, this is gonna give you the HDR mode, and if you click right there where it says 13 mega, you get access right here to change the settings for picture quality, anywhere from a maximum 30 megapixel down to 3 megapixel, and for the video right here, all the way up to 4K and down to 120 slow motion, and then here's a 720 and full 1080p video. So these are basically the main settings of the camera. Like I said, you know, it focuses and it takes the pictures very quick. And also here in the corner, there's a quick access to the gallery or the last picture taken. As you guys can see, it offers very good quality. So that's as far as the camera. And when it comes to the keyboard, the LG G3 offers one of the best keyboards available on the market right now. You can actually resize the keyboard by swiping down right here at the bar. You can also access the one-handed operation by going into the settings, and then you can click on dial keypad and LG keyboard, and we access the dial pad right now. This is smaller, as well as the keyboard right there is also smaller for your convenience. Alright guys, there you have it. Thanks for watching the video. Share the video to help others. Subscribe for more videos. This was the LG G3 Verizon wireless version. Final conclusions: this phone offers amazing performance, probably the best camera on the market right now, and amazing battery life. Thanks for watching again, and we'll see you on the next one.